Well, hello, everybody. It is, I guess I'm your homegirl, Eliza Virginia. So, I made my first video yesterday, and then I made a second video, and I was going to explain um, the process that I've been going through with the trauma counseling, but that's not what's been on my spirit. So, what's been heavy on my spirit all day, and I kept wondering, why am I thinking about this when I was going to talk about this later on? But it's been heavy on my spirit, and so I guess I'm going to just talk about that. So let me start off by saying that it is extremely hard growing up in a black household as a black girl. We are not treated like our male counterparts in a lot of black families. In a lot of black households, boys get the favor. Like, they get to go do whatever the hell it is they want to do, and we're supposed to be at the house doing whatever. But I didn't really grow up like that because I'm my mother's only child. I tried to make cashmere tea, and every time I do, it never turns pink. Anybody know how to make it turn pink? Let me know. I tried all the recipes. Anyway, so I didn't really grow up in their dynamics, but a lot of my cousins did, where they were expected to be at home cooking and cleaning while their brothers are out doing God knows what with God knows who, right? But since I've been on this path of getting myself healed and just fully understanding the nuances of being in a family, because again, I am my only child. What I realized was one day I was just in my thoughts, and I was thinking about my relationship with different people in my family. And what I came to realize is I was born into a household or a family of emotionally unavailable women. Let me say that again. I was born into a family of emotionally unavailable women, meaning they lacked the responses of showing emotions, especially when emotions were needed to be brought forth. And what I realized is when I looked at my aunts, and I love my aunts, it's just one of them I don't fool with, but that's another story. Anyway, I love my aunts dearly. They're all completely different, but they all got one thing in common. They are not nurturing. None of my grandmother's daughters, are nurturing, not affectionate at all. And so, what that does is, when they had us, me and my cousins, then here we are being emotionally unavailable girls, teenagers, and women, right? Because if you didn't grow up with it, you don't know that that's a thing. Like, I don't ever remember my mother like hugging and kissing on me. But when I sit back and just think about things, I was wanting a nurturing, affectionate parent. And I only had the one parent because, as I said in the other video, I think it was in the other video, I didn't grow up with my dad. He didn't want anything to do with me. And even to this day, he really don't. I don't know. His lost not mine, but anyway. And I remember as a child, when I'm thinking back about stuff, because like I said, I'm 49 years old. I'll be 50 in September. When I've been just, when you own a path of healing, you start remembering a lot of things. And a lot of those things don't make sense. So I remember as a child just feeling alone. Yes, I'm my only child, but that doesn't mean I had to feel alone. Um, I can say this, and this is not passing judgment on anyone because it is what it is. I needed and I desperately wanted a nurturing, affectionate, loving mother, and I didn't get that, which caused me, because again, I'm broken, to be emotionally unavailable to a certain extent with my oldest child. And it's left me feeling like, why wasn't she affectionate and nurturing? Because this is the crazy part. My grandmother was, she wasn't affectionate, but she was very nurturing. She was very loving, but not affectionate, because you can be loving and not affectionate. She was very loving. The way she talked to you was very nurturing and loving. Even when she was telling you off, it was in a, not a spiteful way, but it was a, I'm going to tell you this, but it was always in a nurturing, loving tone. My grandmother rarely cussed, and she absolutely, I've never heard the woman cuss at any of her grandkids or her kids. Like, she didn't do those things. So I wanted a mother like that, but that's not what I got. And so I remember I had a conversation. I'm a massage therapist, so I was having a conversation with one of my clients who's very spiritual, and he made the statement, and he said, we were talking about parents, and he said, well, we choose our parents. And I started laughing, and he said, what's funny? And I said, there is no way in the living hell we choose our parents. No. I said, because there is no way I would have chose to have a teenage mother who was emotionally unavailable and a deadbeat father who not once ever saw about me, who didn't even want to put the time, not even financial things, put the time in to have a relationship with me. I told him there is no way in the hell I chose that, because if I could have chosen my parents, and I'm not saying that my mother is a bad mother, but what I'm saying is, if I could have chose my parents would have been highly nurturing, highly affectionate, emotionally available. They would have allowed me to have a voice. They would have respected me, and they would have respected my opinions and the voice that I had inside of the home. They wouldn't have made major decisions about my life when I'm a certain age without having a complete conversation with me. That's what I know, because that's the kind of parent that I want. So, what that made me do was, when I had my two younger children, I completely had to change my mindset. Now, remember, I'm an only child, so I didn't grow up in a household with people with different personalities. Because as a parent, what I have realized is each child is different and each child has to be parented differently. I didn't know that. I didn't know you had to customize your parenting. No one tells us that. Because in a black household, most of the time, you don't have a voice. You are to do as you're told. Your opinions don't matter. And a lot of times, your feelings are not valid in a black household. So I had to change my whole mindset when I had the two younger children, because they acted nothing like the first child, like complete opposites of a ruler. And what I realized is the older kid needed nurturing, but she also didn't want to be held accountable for things that she did. And the people who were most influential on her coddled her with those things, and I didn't because I had never been coddled, so I didn't know. Um, but my other two children were complete opposites. They didn't need to be coddled. Even when they were 2 and 3, I could sit and have real conversations with them about life, and they would get it. So completely different children. But what that made me realize is there's nothing wrong with being a soft person with your children. I feel like I was always nurturing to a certain extent. Well, nurturing to a certain age group. I love children. I love babies. So I'm very nurturing with certain age groups. Once you get past the age of 5, I treat you like you're an adult. That's just me. But, and I don't know why I'm speaking on this topic right now because this is not what I wanted to talk about. But whoever this message is for, I hope that they get the message, that they see the video. So I was talking to one of my friends that I work with, and she's been going through this transition of trying to figure out her life. She's 26. And we were talking because she also has some issues with her mother. They're not close. She's happy she don't live near her mom. They live like 4 or 5 hours away from each other. And she's happy with that. And so we were talking, and a friend of mine had gifted me a book for Christmas called The Tears That Taught Me. If you have never read that book, I say read it, especially if you are having any reservations about leaving people behind. That book resonated with me because a lot of the things that she was saying in the book were a lot of things that I say to myself and to other people when we're talking about being on a journey of healing. And when I tell people, when you are on the journey of healing and when you're on your spiritual journey and your spiritual path, you got to be ready to lose people. You got to be ready for relationships that you thought were real. You're going to find out they were not. When the people that you thought unconditionally loved you, when you find out that those relationships had conditional love on them, it's gonna blow your damn mind. Because my mind was that blowed head emoji when I started putting 5 and 5 together, and I wasn't getting 10. Okay, so if you're trying to get yourself healed, just know you're gonna lose people, and then when the veil comes off, you are going to see people for exactly who and what they are, and sometimes it's not pretty. A lot of times it's not pretty because people want to love you or be with you with conditions when you just want unconditional love. So me and her were talking, and I told her I'd read this book, and the book just confirmed. It was a book of confirmation for me that it is okay if I don't have the relationship that I thought I had with certain people. It is okay for me to set my boundaries and make them be known. And if someone veers from my boundaries, I'm going to handle you with a long handle spoon if I choose to still handle you. And it made me realize and confirm that there's nothing wrong with leaving somebody back in 2025. I left a lot of people back in 2025 after I read that book, and I read that book in January of this year. So me and her were talking, and I said, you know what? I'm going to bring that book tomorrow so you can read it. She was like, well, what is it about? And I was just telling her, it just gave me confirmation. I don't know what you're going to get out of it, but I know what I got out of it. So we were talking, and I said, when I had that big situation going on at the beginning of last year, where those suppressed feelings started coming back out, I touched on that at the first video if you watched it. The suppressed memories that it came back from some traumatic things that happened to me. I said, and my friend told me that I made a safe place for little Eliza to come out and get healed, and that now I'm little Eliza's parent. I'm going to parent little Eliza the way that a little Eliza always wanted to be parented. And she looked at me and I said, and you know what? That's what I've been doing. I have literally been parenting little Eliza, and I've literally been doing things that little Eliza, middle school aged Eliza, and teenage Eliza wanted when she was being raised. So you might see me in a unicorn onesie, minding my business. You can't stop me from buying unicorn paraphernalia. I love unicorns. Um, I buy kids stuff. Like I have a whole situation of Batman paraphernalia because I love Batman. Like I do kid stuff for myself. And I told my friend, I said, and that has really made me feel good that I'm able to nurture that little girl inside that wanted to be nurtured. And I'm able to be, I can't be hands on with her, but I'm so loving with myself right now. Um, I'm constantly telling myself, girl, you look good today, even when I don't feel it. Like I am constantly pouring into my cups that needed to be poured into when I was being raised. Because if those cups would have been poured into, and parents, pour into your children's cups so that they don't get into situations with other people who are half ass filling their cups and they think this is the best thing ever. I thought my ex was, oh, I'm not gonna say the best thing ever, but I felt like him half pouring into my cups was a big deal when he was literally doing less than, and my son told me, he coined this for me. He said people are okay when people are doing less than the bare minimum. So he was kind of doing less than the bare minimum, even though he was the provider of the household. But I'm saying, as far as my emotional needs, they were never met. And I didn't know they were never met. I just always felt like something was missing. I always felt empty, right? I put some ashwagandha powder in here. I probably shouldn't have done that. This shit is strong. Anyway, if you never had ashwagandha, it's an acquired taste. But anyway, so I've been pouring into my cups. I've been literally loving me, and it has literally changed my whole outlook. It has even changed how I am with people. Um, I'm extremely patient, extremely patient. Now it takes a lot to get me from point zero to 1,000, where the old me would have been on your ass for the slightest of things. Because I was like, ain't nobody finna play in my face. And the reason why I didn't want no one playing in my face is because I never felt safe growing up. I always was on 10 to defend myself because there was no one to, I feel like no one was there to protect me or defend me. And it happened more than I would like to even tell myself. So it's like I've never been in my feminine energy. I've always been in masculine energy. And so as I've been parenting little Eliza, that masculine energy has just melted away. I'm not fully into my porcelain china era that I want to be in, but I'm not in that hood dude, thug dude mindset. Because my ultimate goal is with my healing is to completely get myself healed, completely live my purpose, and completely be the woman that I was destined to be despite all of the obstacles that I've been through. And I don't try to hold those obstacles as a reason why I'm not this or that. They're what shaped me. I just hate the traumatic things that even now I suffer from insomnia from a traumatic thing that happened to me. And I was like 14. And I feel like little Eliza is getting healed. And now I think the big mental work is 14-year-old Eliza. She's coming out of the darkness because she wants to get healed. And so I've been just drinking my moon water, meditating, talking to my ancestors on my altar because I know this is going to be a damn doozy when she emerges to get healed. And I want her healed. I want her healed so bad. Um, so I can sleep, so that I can mentally rest, so I can not have the nightmares. And for years, my left side has always hurt so bad. It was it bad. I mean, that trauma caused a lot of physical pain and a lot of mental pain. And I know that when she comes out, because I can feel her trying to come out because she see little Eliza and little middle school Eliza. She see them over here having fun and being at peace without a worry, and she wants that. So when she comes out, I don't even know how I'm going to parent her because things were happening so fast that at that point in my life, I just really wanted to be able to have a real, tangible conversation with my mother. And I couldn't because my mother never likes to address the elephants in the room. And a lot of times, children want parents to address the elephant in the room. I wanted the elephants in the room to be addressed, and she did it. What did that do? That made me be an adult and a teenager who will completely address the elephants in the room, and I didn't care how uncomfortable I made somebody. Those elephants were going to be addressed, and that was just it. And I didn't care about your feelings or anything because that's the kind of thing that molds you when things need to be talked about or said and you can't. So it's like I didn't have a voice. I allow my children to have a voice, even if it's some shit I done to them and they are telling me about myself. I don't get on the defensive. I don't get offended. I actually listen. I allow them to have a voice and I allow them to say whatever it is they need to say, how they need to say it. If they got to throw some cuss words in there, they words. Get your stuff, get your feelings out. And that's where a lot of parents lose their kids. Y'all always want to act like because you're the adult, you're right. A lot of damn times we are not right as parents because we are not fully listening and engaging in what the child is saying to us. And so I'm thinking that's how I'm going to parent little Eliza. I'm going to just have to sit in the mirror and I'm going to have a talk with 14-year-old Eliza and I'm going to have to let her know I completely love you. I completely understand and I'm completely there with you because those are the things that 14-year-old Eliza didn't have. I guess I'm saying this to say this. If you are having some childhood issues where your cups were not poured into, where you didn't have a voice, where you felt mentally or emotionally abandoned, parent yourself. Parent that inner child inside of you. Do the things for your inner child that you always wanted done. Me, I don't ever remember doing anything fun as a child. Like we never did anything fun. Like I don't remember her like taking me to the park I mean, even in middle schoolers like to go to the park. I don't remember any of those things. Like, no fun stuff. My childhood and my teenagehood consisted of shopping. That's all we did. That's all I remember is getting in the car, driving, shopping. We would drive because I'm from Arkansas, and we would drive to Shreveport for shopping. I have an aunt that lives in Tyler, Texas. Tyler, Texas. We would go there, and it was just shopping, or her and my aunt would leave me and my cousins at home while they went out and did shopping. I don't know. But all I know is my childhood consisted of nothing but fucking shopping. And I hated it. I low key hate it now, but I have been so conditioned to shopping. Check this shit out. My mother has 4 closets of clothes. Guess what? I have 3 damn closets full of clothes because I have 2 closets in my room and I have clothes in my son's closet. I'm one body, but I have 3 damn closets of clothes, and I have about 6 of these bags I got from IKEA that you put clothes in to put under your bed. I have 6 of those around the perimeter of my damn bed. I got one body. I can only wear one outfit at a damn time. But that's how childhood conditions us that we are doing things we don't even realize. I didn't even realize I had that many damn clothes. Even the things we don't like that was going on in our childhood, somehow they make their way into our adult life. And I don't know what I'm going to do because that shopping, I'm going to say it's a shopping demon, a shopping spirit, it's on me. It's on me. I love to dress and put on clothes. So that shit's on me. But that's only on me because of how I was raised. Because me personally, I wanted to go to like museums, festivals, hell, the zoo. I wanted to go do fun things, fun activities, skating, things like that. But that's not what happened. So here we are, 3 closets of clothes, but I'm working on the inner child that needs to be healed, and I'm pouring into. I think little Eliza is completely, she's okay. Middle school Eliza, she is wonderful right now. Like when I think about how far we've came, the crying in the sessions, and all of that, I've gotten past that. So y'all pray for me because 14-year-old Eliza is going to emerge soon. And so I just hope and pray that it doesn't send me into a spiral. And I pray that I'm able to pour into those cups. So if you are out there and you are feeling jaded from childhood trauma, hell, even adult trauma, take the time out to parent you the way you wanted to be parented. Take the time out to treat you the way you wanted to be treated. Take the time out to pour into your cups, to pour into yourself, to reassure yourself that you are worthy of love, respect, having your voice, having someone to love you unconditionally, not with conditions. You are absolutely worthy of all those things, and all those things are worthy of you. So we can't blame our childhood on everything when we are an adult and we can work on us. I don't blame anyone for anything that has happened to me. I'm just working on healing me from those things. And with everything that I do, the first thing I do before I bring anyone else into the fold, I take accountability of what I did if I did anything to participate in the melee of some tomfuckery that happened to me. Now, as a child, I can't take that accountability. I was a child. But now, as an adult, I take full accountability of everything. But what I don't take accountability is someone's tomfoolery and bullshit that they decided to do to me. I don't take accountability of someone else's tomfoolery or their fuckery, but I take accountability for mine. And taking accountability is not easy because we as humans want to act like we don't do any wrong. Yes, we do. Even when we don't even realize it. None of us is 100 right all the time. So you got to step back when you're trying to get healed, take a look at you, and then go from there. Take a look at you, and then go from there. Don't blame other people until you completely take accountability and you work through what you did or how you played a part in that so that you don't repeat yourself. Because my goal is nirvana. I don't care about nobody else. I believe in reincarnation, and I don't really want to come back. I don't know. So I hope you got the word. I know I was kind of rambling, I think, but I hope that you got whoever was needing this. I pray and that you get it. I pray that you were able to get healed, and I pray that you were able to pour into your cups the way that they need to be poured into. My ring light always goes out, and that you are able to just have the beautiful life that you want and that you deserve. We all deserve complete happiness. My ring light hates me. But we all deserve to be in complete happiness and have our peace. So the lasting thoughts with Eliza is love yourself, but also fall in love with yourself. And there is nothing wrong with doing childish things to heal the child inside of you. Like this month, I've always wanted to cosplay. Even when I was a little girl, I wanted to dress up like stuff, but I couldn't. This month, and I told myself the whole year of 2026, we're doing all the stuff we've been wanting to do. So this month, I am going to a fae tea party, and I'm gonna be dressing up like a fairy woodland elf. I'm I'm playing into that child, that girl that wants to cosplay, and it's okay. So find those kinds of things that you want to do. Like I got a pair of skates. I don't know. My old ass was like, go back and learn how to skate again. So I think I might. I don't know. I ain't gonna hold myself to it, but you know, go get some skating lessons, and then I want to learn how to swim. I used to know how to swim when I was younger, and I forgot how. Literally, you can forget how to swim. People say you can't, you can. I'm gonna look into taking some private swimming lessons. So I'm doing those things that I always wanted when I was younger. I'm doing them now. So there is no excuse, adults, not to do the things that you always wanted to do with no apologies to anybody. So yeah, so we got cosplay, we got skating, maybe, but we got swimming lessons. So that's my lasting thought. Love yourself, fall in love with yourself, feed into your inner child that needs to be healed. Namaste.